Everybody's trying to get their water, which is a limited resource here. So
precisely in the place that we are right now, 3 months ago, there was a bomb that was dropped and over 50 people died in this same place.
The war is come a situation who is the nature of here.
So you are now accustomed to it, you understand?
The situation makes us sad. Most of the time, we give freely the coffin.
This is your house, like it's 15 meters away from where they dropped the bomb. And really bad things happen at night. She had somebody from her family that was killed with the bomb. Yes, I am so sorry for your loss.
Okay.
Today we will visit the Democratic Republic of Congo, a country suffering due to civil war. Over 6 million people have been displaced from their homes and have been forced now to live in huge displacement camps. The crisis and the civil war in Congo is not just a tragedy, it is also a proof of human resilience. People in the displacement camps are fighting to survive.
We are now in the biggest displacement camp there is in Goma. Around 3 million people that have lost their homes are currently living here. And precisely in the place that we are right now, 3 months ago, there was a bomb that was dropped and over 50 people died in this same place. So it is a very special place for the people who habit the displacement camp. Jimmy, I cannot even imagine how it was. At what time more or less?
10 a.m.
So people were like having breakfast, getting ready. Right back here we have one place where people go for looking for water. So like the camp was, everybody was awake, everybody, and all of a sudden.
If I can remember, I took a photo here of someone who was cooking potatoes and he died cooking potatoes for his children. I can imagine.
When we talk about what is going on here and the difficulties that people have to deal with every day, we also talk about this. 3 months ago, 50 people in this same place died to the hands of the rebels.
I can imagine if we came before the bomb.
So you arrived here like a few minutes after it happened?
It was like 20 minutes after, and there was blood and body parts outside, and the kids were there crying. And
it must have been really harsh.
definitely.
So what were people saying at the moment? What was the first reaction of the rest of the camp?
Everybody was crying, and it was very, very painful to see that happen right here in the camps. Imagine 30 people dying in the morning.
Was telling me this is the place where they store the water, the potable water, and the day that the bomb was dropped, what happened with this?
This place was full of blood, and there was some parts of the body right here.
Yeah.
I can remember, I have some pictures of here in the body there. Yeah.
Salut, merci, hello. Je suis Tomi, je m'appelle Tomi. Elise. Your daughter has a scar from the bomb. So you were very close to the bomb. Her house is right next to where the bomb was dropped.
Yes. So she was just outside when the bomb was dropped. Then maybe some
shrapnel
comes to her.
How could she explain to people that are from other countries what happened that day, what is happening here? How she feels every day when she wakes up?
Saying that all they can ask is just, first of all, it's a peace, because the place they were live was better than here, because where they come from, everyone has some business to survive, but here they can't do it because it's the only place they give them to stay till the war will be over. So they were at their place, so they were running away from the bomb, because even there they were dropping some bomb. So when they came here, it's still the same situation. So that's why they're asking for the peace for her especially. She can't go far from those kids because that little one, since she get since those bombs were dropped here, she has a mental problem. So if she leaves her, she can't be
alone anytime.
And
she has to be by her side.
She can't be lost around. They will know where she is. All they ask for is the peace, so that they will go back home.
What would she tell to the people that are dropping the bombs?
Basi sie hatuko napigana nao.
So she's saying that those who are dropping bomb around, what she can tell them is just to fight with soldiers in the field of war. The spirit to drop bomb here is not good because they are refugees. They are coming from somewhere where there were peace, so they come here to find for another peace, but they still drop for them those bombs even here. So they ask just to fight with soldiers, not to fight with them because they are innocent. Yes.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Merci. I understand that you were here the day that they dropped the bomb. So what I wanted to ask is, what do you remember from that day, which must have been probably one of the most painful ones in your life?
There were many people who died, and some part of the body was everywhere.
Which of this is her house? This one over here. So the bomb was less than 10 meters away from her house that day.
When the bomb was dropped, she was pregnant. She was staying outside. When it came, even her, he fell down because of those troubles.
So she lost her baby. Yes. I am so sorry for your loss. Okay. Vamos, mamá. Mucha fuerza. Okay. I'm very sorry for what happened. Okay. Now every day when she wakes up, is she afraid?
She is always afraid.
She's always afraid. How many children does she have? 4 children. And I hope the war will end soon. Gracias. One of the things that we were talking recently, when we were talking with the mom and we were showing the place where they dropped the bomb. You were here that day?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, that is my house.
This is your house,
yeah,
like
here
it's 15 meters away from where they dropped the bomb.
Well, the people, they were about 50
people that died.
Yeah. And right now, we have got some people who are in the dispensary, in the hospital there.
They're still in the hospital recovering.
Yeah, still being there.
Do you have somebody?
But they are getting what they call
they're healing.
Yeah, healing.
Okay, that is good.
So I hope that in the future time they can get the healing. Yeah.
Yesterday when we went to another of the displacement camps, I understood that there is so many children that are living in these conditions, in these really harsh conditions.
And what I can tell you again, so we are asking something. We don't know if our children are going to study again this year, because to get a place where our children can study, it is so tough. That is our problem what we have got again. We don't know if this year our children are going to study. That is a big problem. As you are a journalist, it can be good maybe to tell to our president to look for the place where our children can get the education. It can be good.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay,
thank you so much, my man.
Yeah. The lava came up to here.
Yes.
Ah, wow.
La lave volcanique, ça vient du volcan Nyiragongo. Le volcan Nyiragongo est parmi les volcans les plus dangereux du monde actuellement et il entre en éruption généralement chaque 25 ans.
The things that is very, very dangerous about the lava rocks is that basically most of the kids here have flip-flops, and look at this flip-flop. Basically it's a hole here, also there's a hole. Most of them use this type of flip-flop, so they are in danger because most of the times they get cuts when they put their feet in the lava rocks. And imagine that it is very difficult also here to get health assistance in this area, so it is something that is also difficult for them and that they have to be really, really aware of to try not to get injured with the lava rocks. Now we are entering a zone of the displacement camp which is called Bujare. This part of the displacement camp, people have even worse conditions, and life as we keep on moving around the displacement camp through the areas that are more distant to the village gets more and more difficult, and there are more and more difficulties to all these people. And for you to have an idea of the amount, it's almost 1 million people that have been displaced from their homes. Look at the tents, never end. You can keep on going and going and going, and it's kilometers and kilometers of displacement camp of people that are under these circumstances trying to survive nowadays as much as they can. And they have brought something which is crucial for life, which is water. Drinkable, potable water comes out of this faucet. We are really near to the sundown, so in a few hours the sun will come down, 1 hour more or less. And imagine that this whole area doesn't have any lights, so here at night life gets even harder. And every night here women get raped, people get their things stolen, the small amount of things that they have left, the very few clothes that they have or the things that they could gather. Sometimes at night the worst things happens in this place is also because remember, this is an immense displacement camp. This is just one of around over 50 that they are distributed right now in this area in Goma. So the life here is really, really harsh for everybody, and here incredible and really bad things happen at night. This is another point of potable water that is in the displacement camp. People come here every day also to get their drinkable water, to sustain, to be able to cook, to be able to clean themselves, to be able to drink, and it is a very important also spot here. Hola, hello, and it's full of people right now. You can see everybody's trying to get their water. ¿Cómo estás? How old is the child?
She is 1 year old.
1 year old. She's very nice. Take care of her. You're a good mother. Thank you. Bye bye. Se ríe. Meanwhile, you can hear that right by our side is a church. You can hear the people singing, trying to get their spirits up. It is also very important, and it's a very crucial part of the life here in the displacement camp, getting your spirits up and trying to find hope in the future. So it is also something very important. Let's keep on walking around the displacement camp. Hola! This is one of the children's toys. It's a car! Vroom, vroom. Anything that they can find here, they try and use to play, because most of the children, they never get any toys to play with. They have to play with what they can find. They have to play with imagination or whichever things they can find in the trash, as for example this kid. And look at this kid, he's so little and he's carrying his sister or his brother, I think it's his sister. Here life is mainly like this, trying to survive in the displacement camp.
Welcome.
Death is a part of life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So how much is one of these caskets worth?
This is for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
We sell it for $100. $100.
Dollars, okay.
Yes.
This is made out of which material?
This is plastic
Uh-huh. Plastic and the...
and wood.
For example, here I see that we have, this would be for a child.
Yeah,
basically.
this for a child.
How much would one for one child be?
$20 maybe, and sometimes $50.
Is it something that families here usually can afford, or is it like hard for them to buy one of these?
Well, some family have difficult to buy.
Uh-huh.
Other family can buy easily.
Uh-huh. How has the business changed in these last 10 years? Do you have more clients? Do you have less clients?
Well, in this time we have more clients, but cheap. What can I explain to you?
You have less price. You lower the price.
Less price. We are obligated to do at less price.
Uh-huh.
Because many of the people come here, those who come from the interior.
Uh-huh. From far away, from
far away,
displacement
yes.
camps, or like from out of city.
Yes, many of them. We have difficult to take wood.
You don't have more wood to make the coffins.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficulty for us for now. All the roads are occupied by the M23. That's why to bring wood here, it's very difficult.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the price.
So the price is very high.
Very, very high.
And there is very, very few amount of wood, I guess.
Yes.
It's a shame that is happening, because also this is, I guess, complicated. Even for people now, it's more hard to buy one of these coffins. Do you have like different styles?
Yeah, we have different styles.
Could you show us
we have
tell
this,
us a little bit?
This we sell it at $50.
$50 this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this for the person who don't have many.
It's made out of, it has like a cloth.
Yeah, a cloth, yes.
With just some strips of
some
wood.
strips of wood.
This one?
This one also it's for 100. This one it's like this.
This is also made out of
Yeah,
cloth,
it's all the same.
cheaper. This is your second store?
Yeah, and this second store we have this for $19. Many for baby, I think it's here. Here we have for $20 also.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for baby.
Which is the one that is the most sold? Is it the one for babies? Is it the one for children? Is it the one for big or for
It's for
grown-ups?
big.
For grown-ups? Is
Yeah,
the
for
one
grown-ups person, yeah.
One that is most sold. Yeah. When did you acquire your second shop? You started with just one and then you bought the other one. Which was the first?
With the one there.
The one we went there?
Yes.
And when did you start this one?
With this, 5 years later.
So 5 years ago, more or less?
Yeah, more or less, yes.
Like, do you think about your job when you are off your job?
Yes, most of the time.
Do you get sad about the situation? Or about dealing with death? Or
Yeah, the situation makes us sad. Most of the time, we give freely the coffin. For those who don't have money, we are obligated to give.
So if somebody comes here, they don't have money, you will give them a coffin?
Yeah, sometime.
So people can't even afford that, basically. Is there something that you would like to say? This video is seen for many people around the world.
For now, we are looking for peace. The only message for every person in this corner of Congo, we are looking just for peace, only that.
You're a journalist, you live here in Congo, and right at our back they're preparing coffins for people that die, and many of these people are victims of the war in general. What do you think about this situation? Do you think it has become something from day-to-day life?
Many years ago, only is the war. The war in this part of DRC Congo, and today it is not a problem who is new in our country, in our town. Today, to say that the war is the new thing, it is not true. We are in the war, perhaps tomorrow and other days, because the war is become a situation who is the nature of here.
So you are now accustomed to it, you understand?
Today is not a matter, it is only we want that the situation, if it can change one day for the people. And
do you think that will happen?
To think yes, it will happen, but today
what would be necessary for that to happen?
The necessary for that to happen, to finish the war. I don't believe if it is something who will make this situation change today, because it is so political, and we don't understand when it will finish. Sometimes the M33 asked dialogue, government refuse. But today, the situation, it becomes so worse. We don't understand when it will finish, but we think that one day, after perhaps 3 years and 10 years, it will finish.
While we are here standing on the background, they are still making coffins for people that die. We also have one of the most important TV stations here. 1 month ago, there was a bomb that killed 50 people. 2 weeks ago, there were 8 children that died because there was no food. Do you think death is something from day to day here in Congo?
Yes, it is not a new situation. Today in Congo, you will live here. When you go on the road, you die. In this part of DRC, to see someone die, it is not new. It is not new. You will die of ills, perhaps in the war, civils. Today, to say that today in this part of Congo is the situation which is new.
As you say this, there was just a girl that was passing by here in the background. There's a lot of children here in the city. There's a lot of children in the displacement camps. How do you think the future of those children is going to be in general?
It's so dark for children. First times the traumatis, and we don't know what can be tomorrow, because the war is not finished. It's not finished, and we'll be here still. That kind of children will be, and the situation will be, and the war, and one day DRC Congo will be the future of DRC Congo only for Eastern is in Dakar, because we don't know tomorrow, guys, the children who come from that situation, tomorrow it will be easy for them to kill others, because only they come from there.
Is there something you want to tell the rest of the world? You can look at the camera and talk to the world about the situation here.
I will say the same message I say every day. They can make everything for finishing this situation. We are so tired, and our children, we don't want our children come to in that situation. We want a new situation. We want a people who has a better life, and a people who will never live in this situation. Who is the world here today? We are here. Tomorrow you live here for another situation, and there your life what can be worse and worse, and the situation. The people cannot live like there. They must do best of them for making of this situation.
Thank you so much. You're a reporter, a journalist?
Diaksho Mohamed.
Diaksho Mohamed?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm Tomi. It's been a pleasure talking with you. And this is a perspective from a journalist that is currently living here and has a very interesting insight of what is going on and a feel of the streets.
Tomorrow morning we put it outside for the child to do his studies here. Donc c'était un problème. Chaque fois le matin.
There is not enough room for everybody here.
Oh, oui.
It's a lot of people. There is more people that still comes here. You are receiving more people.
On a fait en sorte d'enlever toutes les familles qui étaient dans les classes. 56 familles. On a construit ces tentes ici, ces sitting ici, et on a amené les familles. Maintenant, l'école est libre et uniquement pour les élèves, pour les enfants.
Do you think we can get to see somebody's house?
Oui.
Hello, I am Tomi from Argentina.
1 year in jail. 4 years.
How long has she been living here? 6 months. Business that you are now trying to do to survive? This is your main income. This is where you get your money from? What is he drinking now? What are you drinking? This is maize beer. But it's very clear. It looks like vodka. No? How much does he drink of this a day? How many bottles? One. Yeah. One of those, and then you're done. You go to sleep then. No? And she's drinking also maize beer? You're drinking maize beer? Natural. Okay. How old is the child? I'm going to sit here. I want to sit 1 week. Wow. Congratulations. Can you tell her congratulations for the child?
Merci.
This is the proof that life finds a way, no? What is her name? Or is a boy? Rodrigue. Hola. Sleepy. So where did she go to? Which hospital, or how did she have the child? So she went to a small hospital and then she came back. And will she go to get the child controlled now, or how does the process of the child continue now?
They told her to come back in September.
In September. Okay, and now we are in August. So in a month she has to go back. In August before. Like in 15 days she has to go. How does she feel having her child and not having a house?
It's just because they are displaced and they lost everything. No choice.
There's no choice. So basically this is the only way where she will go, right? How old is she?
22.
Is she married? Is the husband? Is the father?
Yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations. He's security also of the displacement camps. As security, it must be hard here at night.
They are away from the rebels. They usually don't come here in the camp. So now, but they did it many days ago.
So a few days ago, like 1 month ago or something like that, the rebels came here. How was that situation
Not
when the rebels?
But the rebels.
And how was it when they came here? How was the situation?
If you have a phone, they take it. If you have some money, they take it. Everything you can have, they take it.
Now what we are witnessing here is they're making maize beer. Traditional maize beer from here. So basically this is maize, water, and what else do they add to this mixture? Levadura, yeast, they add? Okay, so they add a little bit of yeast, maize and water, and that's how they make it. And this has to ferment for how many days?
It takes 2 days.
2 days? They leave this fermenting and they go opening the lid of the bottle that they keep this in, so that it releases the CO2, and then it keeps on fermenting, and then they take it out, they move it out a little bit, they put it back in the bottle, and in 2 days or 3 days at the most, they have this sort of liquor or beer that they drink, which has a little bit of alcohol because of the fermentation. And in this case, they are doing this also as a way to sustain themselves. Some people can harvest some things which there is not much land for them to harvest in, and this is another economic way, another economic exit for them to try and make a living, because this, as you could imagine, probably is not something that is sustainable for them to have as an income, but it is the only way that they found in the meanwhile to try and survive, basically. Thank you so much for showing us. He's very young, no? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Merci.
Merci. Je m'appelle Tomi.
Tomi.
Je suis Tomi. Comment m'appelle?
Bizimana Jean-Baptiste.
Bizimana Jean-Baptiste.
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 Oui, oui.
Oui?
Ndiyo.
Okay. He is in charge of keeping the good spirits of the village.
Kazi yangu ni kufundisha watu kusudi wajue njia ya Bwana.
His work is to help people to know the word of the Lord.
So he lost his church.
Nilikuwa na kanisa wakati tulikimbia, wale wazambazi wakairunguza. Masilima zote zenye zilikuwa mu kanisa zote zikarungula.
He had a church and the rebels put fire on his church, and all the things like drums, piano in the church were robbed by the rebels.
How did you feel when you were seeing all the effort that you had probably made to build that church burning on fire? What did you feel?
Nilisikiaga mubaya sababu ilikuwa binaisha kunichokesha na Wakristo fika na wakati na nyumba yangu nayo ikaingia nayo ikarunguliwa. Sikusikia mzuri.
He felt like painful to know that all this effort goes like that, and it's not just his church. When his church took fire, his house is too close to the church. Then the house also.
So he has no house and no church. Is he angry with the rebels, or is he able to forgive them?
Kazi yetu bale benye wanafanya vitu vibaya, si kazi yetu ni kuwasamehe tu. Mungu ndio mwenyewe atatutia kisasi.
He says his work as a man of God is just for forgive them and to let God do justice.
Does he think that the rebels will feel remorse for what they did?
Sijui kama ni nani mwenyewe alinguzia sababu tulikimbia. Inaonekana kama wale bajambazi, wale ba M23 ndio wenyewe walinguzia ile nyumba yangu. Ndio maana kuwasamehe tunapaswa kuwasamehe tu, hakuna problem.
Kuna wazee kama wanaweza tubu, wanaweza kiwa wanatubu.
Kama wanakuya kutubu, ni kazi yetu ni kusamehe tu, ni kuwasamehe tu.
If they come to demand pardon, they just have to forgive them. But he doesn't know if they are able to do that.
The pastor has a family.
Niko na watu 7 hapa. Mwanamke, manake ni kusema kama mwanamke, niko na watoto 4 na wale wengine 3 wenyewe tunafuata.
He has seven people here, and his wife and 4 of his children. The 3 others didn't know
where
to go. He came with others here. They wasn't knowing what to do, where to go, and he came with them.
The day that he lost his church and his house, what time of the day was it? What does he remember from that day? How was the situation? What does he remember from that moment?
Vitu vyenyewe vilirunguliaka ndani ni kusema kama Biblia zangu zote zilirungulaka, na nilikuwa natoka kwa shule ya Core Biblique, vyote vikarungulia mule na mango yote karungulia mule. Ninapata shati ni wenyewe walinizema wakati nifika hapa na kufika huko.
All he can remember is just that he was learning Bible, and all his Bibles were in the church, and it took fire, all his Bibles, and he had nothing like clothes, and someone took his shirt and gave it to him. Then he was able to go away with it.
How does he feel today that he has this new place, that he can stay at least for some time, that he has a community that he can preach to? How does he feel now?
Ni kweli wakati tunifika huku kima kuongoza kanisa, leo niko na kanisa yenyewe naongoza ya watu 150.
He says when he arrived here he was not ready to stop, and right now he has a church with 150 people.
Wow.
Ni juu tunaingia tu nje, hatupata kanisa.
They usually meet outside because they don't have a place like a house built for this.
There is so many people in the displacement camp that seek for his help that they cannot all fit inside one house, basically, right? Yeah. Can I give him a hug? Can you just give him a hug?
Mimi nashukuru sana.
No problem.
Merci.
Hermano.
Asante. Merci.
Unafanya pia kukuya kutuona.
She says thank you for coming to see us, to visit us.
What does she remember from when she had to leave her house?
Asa kama unaweza kumbuka nini avant utoke mbele utoke kwako kunyumba? Unaweza kumbuka nini ndio ile chaka unatoka?
M23.
Na nini nyingine?
Masasi.
Yeah. There was violence. There was violence, and she is not able to see, but she was just hearing bullets and bombs, and the M23 was there, so it's the principal cause of her to go away, to move and to let her house.
And here, what is her family group composed? How is her family group composed?
Anasema kama kuna watu ngapi mu familia yako?
Sita.
Six people.
6 people. She has 6 children, or in total, how is it?
Watoto wako? Uko watoto ngapi?
Saba.
Iko na watoto 7 na vijukuru 4.
She has 7 children and
5
vijukuru 4.
A lot of children, eh?
And 5 little children.
Wow. So she's a mother of more than 10 kids. Incredible. And
Do you feel sad, for example, when you walk around these places, these areas, when you see the coffins being made, the crosses being prepared each day, day after day after day?
Exactly, I feel sad because the way we're living just was not like this before. We were living in a good life before for our time beings. All people are starving, so even I, from teaching English, I'm suffering too much. This is why I don't feel well in my heart when I see how people are living or the same things. Soldiers everywhere, they are killing people in the night. There is no peace. Last time they killed people, about 7 people. Soldiers are looting money for people in their houses in the night. So there is no peace. Even people, when they're walking with their cars on the roads, so they are robbing them, their keys for it. Things are not going well for the time beings. Everything are down. But we need a peace. We need the government to collaborate with other countries from Africa so that we can live in peace. Because there is no peace without collaborations. That's what I can say.
What do you think is necessary for this to happen?
Negotiation. We can just talk. We can talk negotiation. If you read the story of the war, from the beginning of the war up to now, no war was finished with the guns. Only the war is finished by negotiating. Okay, to cease fire and to sit on the table and discuss that can face this problem. But guns
do you think it would be possible, for example, to have a reunion between the chief of M23 and the chief of the Wahalendu, for example, between each other and the government also? For example, do you think that is something possible?
So for us, we think that's impossible. But the problem is that the people who are in west of Congo, they are hypocrites. But we need, us is in east of Congo, we need the negotiation. Because we are on the ground, we are on the place, we know what is passing here. People are not sleeping. Even my young brother was a soldier. He died in this war.
He died in the war.
You understand? He died in this war. So up to now, I don't know what's happened about him, but he died without getting ammunition from the government.
So sorry for that situation.
Yeah, thank you.
And is there something else that you would like to add, that you would tell the world from the situation here?
Yeah, I want to tell the world that here in Goma, people are suffering too much. People are fighting, have died day and night. We need the United Nations to help us. We need the international community to help us facilitate the negotiations so that the country can be stable. And to avoid tribe politics, we need to stay together with our brothers from Rwanda, from Kenya, from Nairobi. We need the people coming together as a brother in Africa. So we need peace in Congo. We need the international community to facilitate us